Brought to you by Penguin. The Narrow Corridor: States, Societies, and the Fate of Liberty, by Daron Acemoglu and James A. Robinson. Read for you by Stephen Graybill. Publisher's Note: the narrator references charts throughout this recording, which can be viewed by opening the accompanying digital PDF file on any PC or Mac computer. Preface. Liberty. This book is about liberty, and how and why human societies have achieved or failed to achieve it. It is also about the consequences of this, especially for prosperity. Our definition follows the English philosopher John Locke, who argued that people have liberty when they have perfect freedom to order their actions and dispose of their possessions and persons as they think fit, without asking leave or depending upon the will of any other man. Liberty in this sense is a basic aspiration of all human beings. Locke emphasized that no one ought to harm another in his life, health, liberty, or possessions. Yet it is clear that liberty has been rare in history and is rare today. Every year, millions of people in the Middle East, Africa, Asia, and Central America flee their homes and risk life and limb in the process, not because they are seeking higher incomes or greater material comfort, but because they are trying to protect themselves and their families from violence and fear. Philosophers have proposed many definitions of liberty, but at the most fundamental level, as Locke recognized, liberty must start with people being free from violence, intimidation, and other demeaning acts. People must be able to make free choices about their lives and have the means to carry them out, without the menace of unreasonable punishment or draconian social sanctions. All the evil in the world. In January 2011, in the Harika market in the old city of Damascus, Syria, a spontaneous protest took place against the despotic regime of Bashar al-Assad. Soon afterward, in the southern city of Daraa, some children wrote, "The people want the fall of the government," on a wall. They were arrested and tortured. A crowd gathered to demand their release, and 2 people were killed by the police. A mass demonstration erupted that soon spread throughout the country. A lot of the people, it turned out, did want the government to fall. A civil war soon broke out. The state, its military, and its security forces duly disappeared from much of the country. But instead of liberty, Syrians ended up with civil war and uncontrolled violence. Adam, a media organizer in Latakia, reflected on what happened next. "We thought we'd get a present, and what we got was all the evil in the world." Hussein, a playwright from Aleppo, summed it up, "We never expected that these dark groups would come into Syria, the ones that have taken over the game now." Foremost among these dark groups was the so-called Islamic State, or what was then known as ISIS, which aimed to create a new Islamic caliphate. In 2014, ISIS took control of the major Syrian city of Raqqa. On the other side of the border, in Iraq, they captured the cities of Fallujah, Ramadi, and the historic city of Mosul, with its 1.5 million inhabitants. ISIS and many other armed groups filled the stateless void left by the collapse of the Syrian and Iraqi governments with unimaginable cruelty. Beatings, beheadings, and mutilations became commonplace. Abu Faras, a fighter with the Free Syrian Army, described the new normal in Syria. "It's been so long since I heard that someone died from natural causes. In the beginning, 1 or 2 people would get killed, then 20, then 50. Then it became normal. If we lost 50 people, we thought, thank God it's only 50. I can't sleep without the sound of bombs or bullets. It's like something is missing." Amin, a physical therapist from Aleppo, remembered, "One of the other guys called his girlfriend and said, 'Sweetheart, I'm out of minutes on my phone. I'll call you back on Amin's phone.' After a while, she called asking about him, and I told her he'd been killed. She cried, and my friend said, 'Why did you tell her that?' I said,
Sample complete. Ready to continue?